Hey guys, welcome. We are still doing division. We'll be doing division for a little while. This gets a little repetitive, but that's part of why we're doing it this way, because honestly, you just have to do it a bunch of times before it really makes sense. Some of you probably it makes sense perfectly already, and some of you probably doesn't make sense, and you're like, Daniel, this does not make sense. But if you keep doing it, it'll just make more and more sense. So we're going to divide the numbers on this page here. So this is the third page. The first page is just an example page. Please go back and just look at some of these examples to see how I do these problems. And we did the first one and second page. Now we're on the third page. And on Wednesday, I'll give you a little catch-up day. If you didn't finish the second page, you can go back on Wednesday. So today we're going to be doing these problems. I give you an example up here. It's dividing numbers by 3 and 4. So if you know your 3 and 4 multiples, you should be able to do these hopefully all right. And also you can always look at this too. So notice this, your 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. If you can count by 3s and 4s, then you know your multiples of 3s and 4s. All right, so I'll do 2 problems today. How about, let's start off with, let's do one of the bigger ones. Let's do this one. 126 divided by 3. Could look like this. But in long division, the big number is inside the bracket, and then we're dividing it by 3. So we're trying to think of 3 times what equals 126. And the way we do it is we go down these steps. Think of like a guy or person has a $100 bill, one $100 bill, 2 $10 bills, and 6 $1 bills. So you think about what's in each place. What's in the 100 spot? 1. So they've got 100. How many 10s? 2. How many 1s? 6. So first of all, I'm just going to make a guess. 3 times what equals 126? Well, I might just look at those first 2 numbers. I know 3 times 4 equals 12. So I know 3 times 40 equals 120. So it's going to be about 40. It's going to be a few more than that. Let's find out how many more it is. Okay, so first of all, say it's like you and your 2 friends. You have 3 people. This person, let's say it's her name is Mary, your neighbor Mary. She paid you guys to wash her house. She's going to paint it. She has to wash it first. So she comes out to pay us. We see that she has one $100 bill. And we think, uh-oh, we're not going to get a $100 bill apiece, are we? Because she only has 1. We have 3 of us. So first we're going to divide. First step is divide. Divide the hundreds. Well, 1 divided by 3 is going to get you into fractions. We're not doing that yet. And you don't do fractions when you do this kind of long division stuff. So it's nothing. You can't do it. 0. Nobody's going to get 100. And we're like, oh, I thought we were hoping to get 100. And Mary's like, sorry, you don't get 1. So now we multiply to see how many she gave out. Well, we already know she gave out 0. 0 times 3 is 0. Subtract to see how many she has left. Well, she still has all of it. She still has the whole 100. Bring it down. So, and just do these steps just like I do, please. Notice how the arrow is right under the 10s. And what that means is that it turns into 12. So Mary went to the bank. She's like, hold on, boys, I'll be right back. She goes to the bank, and she turns that $100 bill into 10 10s. She already has the 2, so now she has 12 $10 bills, which is the same thing as 1 100 and 2 10s, right? So now she has 12 10s, and we think, okay, we're going to get some 10s now. 12 divided by 3. How many does each person get? Well, 3 times what is 12? 12 divided by 3. 3 times what? It's 4. If you don't know that, You look at your threes. 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 2, 3. Yep, there it is, 12. So 3 times 4 equals 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So we each got 4 tens. Now we multiply to see how many she gave out. This sometimes seems like it's too much, but you just trust me, you got to do all the steps. 4 times 3 is 12. We subtract to see how many she has left. She gave them all out. And now bring down. Now she has no more 10. She gave them all out. She had no more 100. Now she has no more 10s. And now we bring down the ones. Now she's going to pull out the ones. She's got 6. So we're thinking, oh, nice, 3 people. We're each going to get some ones. So now we're back up to the top. Divide. 6 divided by 3 is what? Or 3 times what is 6? There it is. 3 times 2 is 6. Or 6 divided by 3 is 2. Remember, it's the same thing. 3 times what is 6? 3 times 2 is 6. Also known as 6 divided by 3 is 2. And now we multiply to see how many she gave out. Okay, how many did she give out? Well, 2 times 3 is 6. She gave out 6. Subtract to see if she has any left. Nope, none left. So that's the answer to that one. 42. So I just solved that one for you. But please don't just write 42 up there. You have to write down all of these numbers. I'm going to do one more. Let's do another kind of bigger one. Let's do this one. 308 divided by 4. 308 divided by 4, which can also look like this. So Mary gives us a call the next day and she's like, Daniel, bring your friends over. Come on. I need you to paint the house now. You washed it yesterday. Now I'm going to have you paint it. And we're thinking like, oh, we're going to make a lot of money for this job. But how much money? She has $308. How much will we each get? Well, let's think about it. So we paint the house. It looks beautiful. And now she pulls out her money. And I notice right away she has $300 bills. And I notice right away that we have 4 people. And I'm thinking, we're not all going to get 100, are we? Because she only has 3 and we have 4 people. So the first step is divide. 3 divided by 4 is what? Or 4 times what is 3? And if this number is smaller, it's like, yeah, nobody gets one. Sorry, it's too small. It has to be at least that size, right? If it was 4, we each get 1, but it's even smaller. So it's 0. Nobody gets 100. And we're like, oh, I wanted 100. Multiply to see how many she gave out. Well, we already know 0 times 4 is 0. She gave out 0. Subtract to see how many she has left. 3 minus 0 is 3. Bring down. Okay, so she gave out 0 hundreds, but now she's going to give out some tens. So I bring it down, and she changes that $300 bill into 30 tens. And she says, now I can pay you guys. And we're like, yeah. So now we're back up to repeat. Divide is the next stop. Next part, I mean. Okay. So 30 divided by 4 is what? Or 4 times what equals 30? And remember, you guys, you can't go over because she can't give you more money than she has. She only has 34s. So how many does each person get? Well, let's find the 4. And I'm going to see which number is as close to 30 as possible without going over. So see how 28 is below 30? 32 is above it. Does she have 32 tens? No, she has 30. So she can't just magically get 2 more tens and be like, everybody gets another one. You can't do that. She only has 30 of them. So that we have to go as close as you can get as possible without going over. So that means each person gets 7. Does that make sense? She can't just magically get more than she has. She only has 30, we know that. So another time, sometimes people also say, like, how many times does 4 go into 30? Well, you can see right here, it goes in one group, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 groups of 4 can go into 30, which means that each person will get 7 tens. 7 times 4 is 28, which is pretty dang close to 30 because we can't go over. So how many groups of 4 go into 37. Or you could say, how many groups of 7 go into 34? So now we multiply to see how many she just gave out. Well, what's 7 times 4? Just talked about it, it's 28. Subtract to see how many you have left. 30 minus 28. Well, let's see, 28, 29, 30, it's 2. And once you do that, you bring down. So that means she still has those 2 10s left. And she's like, I'm going to divide these up too, guys. Don't worry about it. But first, I need to take them to the bank and turn them into 1s. And then she brings out the 8 1s she already has. And now she has 28 1s. And now it's time to divide up the 1s. 28 divided by 4, what's that? What's 28 divided by 4? Didn't we just talk about that? Oh yeah, it's 7. 4 times what is 28? 7. 28 divided by 4 is 7. So 28 divided by 4 is 7. Or 4 times what is 28? It's 7. And now we multiply to see how many she gave out. She gave out 7 times 4 is 28. You write that down below it. Subtract to see how many she has left. 28 minus 28 is 0. She has none left. So what that means is each person in our group just made $77 for painting the house. We each made 7 10s and 7 1s. So Mary had $308. She didn't have any hundreds. She couldn't break those up. She only had 3, so nobody got 100. But we each got 7 10s and we each got 7 1s. So that's the answer to this one right there. But please don't just write 77. Please write all of this information down, because I need you to start getting used to writing all of the information down. All right, and so now please see if you can work out this page as best you can. Some of these will be easier than the 2 that I did, hopefully. Like 3 times what equals 39? You notice immediately 3 times 1 equals 3. All right, you can do it. Remember, you guys, if you need a little extra help with this, please go under topics in Google Classroom and you can sign up for a 15-minute session with me and I'll go over another problem or 2 with you. All right, good luck.